All right, I think that took me 2 hours to finish that lunch. God, it was good. It was so good. Caught up with them a little bit, learned about his gluten-free company. As life says, as the saying goes, if life gives you your son gluten allergies, you write a book. He says he's famous in Norway for that circle, I guess. Was able to build a brand around gluten-free products. It's interesting because a lot of people start businesses, they build the product first and then they sell it. This guy already had a following and then he built the product around it by writing books and all these other things about the allergy, which is really, fascinating. That the human body can react that way to food. Maybe it isn't food. Okay. Now we're gonna keep walking on this beautiful street here. Man, honestly, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is right. You must always have a towel. And the best towels on the planet are Greek, okay? Because not only are they towels, they're also blankets. And then there's these beautiful cotton shirts. Man, ironing them is a pain. The moment you iron them, like you can wear it once, that's it, for that night. And then they just get crazy wrinkled. Oh yeah, man, the city is so beautiful. Look at this. This is so pretty. Ooh. God. Man, life is really good when you have money. But everybody already knew that. All right, let's keep going here. What else do we have to show you? More beautiful trees. I don't know the name of these things. Yeah, there was a cool little bar here that was ran by an old Greek man years ago. He still believed in Apollo and the Greek gods. So it was nice to meet a fellow nut. Yeah, I really liked him. He said he ran a grocery store for years and then he got cancer because he worked like crazy hours to pay off the debts. But he did it. What a gangster. An absolute gangster. I'm sure Athena's rains down victory upon him. Yeah, the restaurants here are pretty good. Obviously, okay, so this is a tourist trap. Even though you're on an island that a lot of tourists don't go to, it's absolutely a tourist trap. The main street. Just get off the main street. It's not that hard. But then obviously if everybody gets off the main street, then the side streets become tourist traps. So you can't win. But it's like a constant battle, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is it. Honestly, Antiparos is dope. Like, I think it's far better than Paros. You're gonna meet nice people. You know what though? Also, if you're constantly meeting people who are drunk all the time, they're angry. That's one thing about drunks. They're only happy when they're drinking. You know what I mean? So yeah, these like tourist cities and stuff that everybody goes to and think they meet friends and soulmates. It's all a lie, bro. You know, if you don't like me when you're sober, I don't think we're friends. Anyways, become quite philosophical here in Greece. Where else should we go? Oh, we're going to the beach. We went the completely wrong direction. One time I came to Paros on a boat and I met these two Australian girls. And then I remember telling them how incredible this island was. So we came out one night and I convinced them to stay until sunrise. And the ferry left them and they were like, holy crap. I think it was the first time they'd partied that hard. So yeah, you definitely don't want to meet me on a ferry. You will not be sleeping for 24 hours. I still try to do that, but now I'm just so busy with the AI stuff that I do. But yeah, if you're not partying until sunrise, are you even doing it right? I think Stephen King has a quote on that as well. Man, these trees, there's got to be a name for these. You know, look at me, now I've become like a Canadian person. Just naming everything that's not mine. This here's Mount Mackenzie. Dog. Mountain is not yours to name, Mr. Colonist. Yeah, you think I'd have purple hair with the way I talk. But no, I'm just a classic Marxist. You know what's really interesting? Capitalism doesn't believe in indigenous people. It doesn't. Because the number one, well, there's two things with indigenous people. Their language. So there's an old saying, this was like thousands of years ago, where they asked this philosopher, what is a Greek? And he said, speaking Greek, you know, being ethnically Greek, and being culturally Greek. So if you don't have one of those, then you're not really Greek, right? So, but capitalism doesn't really care. It doesn't care where you're from. It doesn't care who owns the land. Everything's for sale, baby. Everything's for sale. And then it just becomes this arms race to see who can buy up all the land quickly and all the resources. So Europe has kind of went the middle way, where they've tried to say, okay, we're going to divvy up these resources in a way, but yeah, it's fascinating. Anyways, enough of that. Yeah, it's actually quite fun. So we're now entering kind of the party district, where there's like clubs and bars at night. I might stay here all day, I don't know, but I might go and then come back actually. Go home, take a nap, freshen up, wear my fresh laundered clothes. This is incredible. Yeah, so if these side streets are really fun. Man, there's a ton of Norwegians that come here every year as well. So they kind of fill up the streets and bars. It's quite fun. There's a bar here called Rescue, and they play a ton of ABBA. Yeah, so we're now going to the Sifnaco Beach. All right, chat soon.